What's up, broadcasters? Welcome back to another exciting episode of Branding Banter, where you can get all the nerdy news you need to know about. My name is Jeff Franklin, National Accounts Manager with Hidware USA.
Meg Erber, Director of Sales and Performance.
Sarah Goshgarian Unruh, National Sales Manager at Stalls.
And
we got a special guest.
Special guest.
This guy.
Not that special. Not that special.
Well. Oh boy.
Whenever you guys say special guest, what that really means, for those of you who might be new to this podcast, means I'm choice 10 this week at minimum. There were about 9 other people who said they were too busy, on vacation, had better things to do. So they go to the bottom of the barrel, and out comes Petrie.
That's not true, but you did just come back from
true.
vacation.
I did just come back from vacation. I'm still trying to figure out re-entry.
Yeah.
I can imagine. Well,
That's the hardest part.
You're looking great, Bill. So it doesn't look like you ate too much pasta while you were in Italy. So that's good.
I did not, but it was a great time. It was a wonderful vacation, long time coming, 18 months in the planning, and had a great time. And I'm truly sorry to be back.
Oh.
I can imagine.
I can imagine.
Well, Bill, I know our podcast days basically started with you, right? So,
Yes.
For anybody that doesn't know, I don't know who that would be still in the industry, but why don't you just give us a really quick rundown of who you are?
My name is Bill Petrie, as Jeff Franklin so adroitly just mentioned. I have been in this industry this is my 25th year in the industry, so celebrating my, copper anniversary, silver anniversary, whatever the hell it is. I've worked on every side of the industry. I've worked primarily on the distributor side of the industry for about 15 years. In the last 10 years, I've been a service provider. I'm the founder and creative director of Brand of 8, which is a full service advertising and marketing and branding agency in the promotional products industry. And I'm also the co-founder of Promocations, which is an event-based organization where we create networking events in the industry to connect suppliers and distributors. And I think that's probably what I'm here to talk about. Is that quick enough? I don't need to go in depth, do I?
No, that's perfect. I love the brief intro, and I'm glad that you mentioned Promocations, because obviously that's our topic for today. You guys have had some tremendous success with Promocations, and really excited about the changes that have just recently been announced, and that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about changes with Promocations and what's coming up and what people should really be getting excited for. But
Sure.
Before we do that, just real quickly, happy 4-year anniversary to Brand of 8.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was going to say
appreciate
the same thing. 48 months.
Pretty awesome.
48 months. Yeah, it's one of those things. It kind of snuck up on me, and it's been 4 years. And proud of the work we do, proud of the clients we have, proud of the team that I have here. And man, having a ball. The fact that if you told me 4 years ago I would have had the opportunity to go on a almost 3-week vacation and not work, I never would have believed it. So it's really started to come into its own. And so thank you very much. You guys are kind to recognize that. I appreciate it.
And you know what else? You know who else is like, you think about 4 years ago, where we all were 4 years ago. I know where I was 4 years ago, but there's somebody special, I think, a special company that we probably need to talk about, right, Jeff?
What does it have to do with 4 years ago?
The
history's worst segue of segues
it.
that I've ever seen in my life, but I'm going to roll with it. 4 years
Take a
ago,
try.
and still today, Alpha
4 years
Brothers,
ago, I was
America's
the
leading
competitor of
supplier
our
of
sponsor.
wholesale apparel, promotional products, and imprintable goods. Alpha Brothers products build brands, champion causes, acknowledge achievements, and offer limitless solutions. They carry more than 6,500 styles from over 60 brands of classic and trending products like wholesale t-shirts, fleece, drinkware, bags, journals, and more. Alpha Brothers empowering their customers to brand the world through market-leading services, products, and solutions. So be sure to check them out at alphabroder.com.
Yeah, if I could jump in real quick, I remember when Alpha Broder was launched right at the onset of the pandemic 4 years ago. And wow, what a growth rate they've had, over $1 billion. I mean, you talk about a transformative success.
Yeah, in
You're
4
talking
years.
about Alpha Broder.
You thought Brand of 8 was doing good. Man, Alpha Broder,
Yeah.
those guys are they're killing it in 4 years.
As the
killing it.
kids would say, they're crushing it, yo.
Yeah. All right. Well, Meg, thank you for the segue. I wasn't going to forget the ad read; it was coming up, but I'll take the lead anyways. So, yeah, Bill, Promocations. First of all, give us just a quick breakdown of what Promocations is. It's the greatest thing in the industry since sliced bread. But you take it.
Yeah, in short, because I know there's a little timer ticking down, which is making me exquisitely tense, I have to tell you.
It's meant for a reason.
Promocations is something that I, along with my partner Josh Robbins from Vault Promotions, created about 3.5 years ago, where we wanted to take the best parts of every networking event and make that the event. So it's not about speakers. It's not about education sessions. It's about getting people together intentionally so that you have those collisions where the magic happens. So you put people together in fun environments where they're having a great time together and they're building bonds together. They're creating experiences together. It's amazing what can happen. And that's what Promocations is really about.
Well, I know one of the things that we've always said at Headwear is that, 98% of the business that you do at trade shows is done off the trade show floor. It's about creating those collisions. And I think that's why PPAI is so successful, because you're basically stuck under one roof for the most part, the entire time you're there. And I think that's why, SAGNY with Promotions East has had a lot of success over the last 2 years as well, is because they've taken everything from being spread out all over the place in Atlantic City and putting it under one roof. So you create those collisions. So I think what Promocations is doing is it's just creating a tremendous opportunity for those networking collisions to happen. And if that's where 98% of the business is written, I think it's an incredible opportunity for people.
Yeah, I mean, we really want to bring, the idea behind it was, let's create events where there is real, intangible value to the suppliers who essentially fund this industry. Yeah. So our entire focus is making sure that suppliers walk out of each event feeling like, I just got away with the crime of the century. Because, I paid to be here, but what I got in return far exceeds that.
Yep. No, I think that's really awesome. And I think the fact that you took it from just a cruise and then you had a barbecue and you have a couple of things that are scheduled for this year, right? And that changed from last year a little bit.
So started off with the cruise because exactly what Jeff said. It's captive audience, and I know we know not a cruise is for everybody. Not everybody likes to get on a floating hotel. We understand that. But from a supplier's perspective, you have a captive audience. If you have an event in New Orleans, you're going to lose people to Bourbon Street. If you have an event in Flagstaff, Arizona, you're going to lose somebody because my Aunt Millie lives there and I want to see her. And so by having people in a self-contained environment, it made all the sense in the world for us. So our first few events were cruise-based. And they were successful by every measure. We sold every one out, and it was successful, and we can get into that a little bit later. But we have started branching out into other things because, again, we realize cruises aren't for everybody. So we did have the Promo Q last year in Nashville. Jeff attended that, enjoyed, I think, some decent food and a good time there, even though it was the hottest day on record.
I was going to say meat sweats is a thing, but I don't think the sweats were from the meat.
No, they were not. It was 103 that day in Nashville. The real field temperature was 116. And Jeff, if you remember, I was standing in front of an open fire pit for 17 hours.
I've got quite a few photos of that. Yeah.
Yeah. So we may reconsider how that's done. But so we did announce our 2025 lineup. We're going to do one cruise, and that's going to be in March. And then we're doing our first land-based event at an all-inclusive resort in Los Cabos, Mexico, which we're also very excited about. And then we're going to do a third event in the fall. We're still ironing out the fall of 2025. We're still ironing out the details of that, but that should come out here in the next few weeks.
Oh, that sounds like so much fun.
You should really find some better locations.
Yeah,
we really should.
That, really. So I know for us, we might know, but for listeners, they may not know. So you talked about suppliers, right? And how they kind of fund this. How did the distributors get there? Like, how do you find the audience for those suppliers?
Yeah. So for the cruises, a great question, Sarah. For the cruises, we intentionally made it so that suppliers nominated a distributor guest and they're plus one. So we always include plus ones at every event. That's something that's pretty important to us. We think it helps people get to know each other on a deeper level. For example, I bring my wife to all the events. Josh brings his wife to the events as well. And it helps people get to know us on a much more personal, much deeper level. So there are qualifications for people to attend the promo cruise for distributors, but we want the suppliers who are paying for the event to have a say in who is going to be there. And from my understanding, we're the only event that does that. Every other event, and they're all great in their own ways, but they will tell you, here's who's attending. We want suppliers to have a say in who is going to be there. And because we do that, it creates almost this brotherhood and sisterhood among suppliers that, well, I want to make sure the person I bring adds value not only to me and my company, but to the other suppliers as well. And so for Promo Cruise, we tell distributors, if you're interested in going, talk to your suppliers. Talk to your supplier friends who either they're going or you think they would be interested in going, and we'll take it from there. We do now keep a few spots open on the Promo Cruise for distributors who want to pay their own way to go. And that's kind of one of the interesting things we've seen, that we've created enough FOMO in the industry. People actually want to pay. And I think we all know generally distributors don't pay for things in this industry. They don't like to pay for this industry. They don't have to pay for things in the industry. And so the fact that we do that again with the same qualifications, pretty special. For the Promocation, which is the land-based event, that's going to be open for just about everybody. There's still going to be a component of suppliers inviting distributor guests, but distributors, if they qualify, can pay to come, and we're not going to cap how many are going to be there.
That's really exciting. And I had a question, and then I was listening to you, and then but man, I remember. So the first time that you did, I was like, oh, it's thrusting back. The first Promocations, we had so much fun. Guys, that's the thing. If you guys don't know Bill, he's so innovative and creative and always coming up with the next fun thing. And you did this fun contest, and I just did it to support you, but I had so much fun doing it. And that was new to the industry, right? Like, yeah, you've done the influencer campaigns that everyone ripped off, including myself. We've done, but you did this contest, and it was just so much fun just going against, and then Kelly O'Brien and I did it together, and, we just had so much fun. And I want a towel, a speaker, a can koozie, I've been using it all. And I think they were really good products. So I think I don't know. I just love that you did this, and it was a lot of fun, and you gave some stuff. You gave a cruise away. With all that being said, obviously you wouldn't be doing it if it wasn't bringing in money. But what about the success stories from, the run-ins, from the networking? Can you speak to any specific success stories that happened from either attendees or exhibitors who gained,
No.
On this? No? Okay.
Okay. So some of the success stories, and doing the contest, that was so much fun. How much fun is it to be in a position to give away a 5-night cruise to people, right? I mean, it was awesome. So some of the success stories, and Bell Promo comes to mind. I think we know the challenges Bell Promo has had in the industry with a reputation with their relationship with discount mugs, right? And I think, and I know Susan Lewandowski and Tom Klauser have worked very hard to change that narrative. Mm-hmm. They felt that really accelerated on the first Promo Cruise, that they were absolutely able to speak one-on-one with people, tell the story, explain why that shouldn't be a concern, hear the concerns, and then kind of explain why it shouldn't be a concern. I'll never forget Susan Lewandowski coming up to me on day 3 of that first cruise saying, "We've already written business at this event. We've never done that before." That was a big one.
That's huge. Because they had to really reinvent themselves, and it started when they brought on Sue and Tom, and they have done such an excellent job. But I love it.
Yeah, it's and we've had small suppliers who struggle at a larger show getting access, really having meaningful conversations, and we've had them say, "We're all in on this. We are moving budget from these type of events to your events because we have access to buyers we don't have access to, and we're seeing the results. I had one supplier on the last boat, last promo cruise, which was last April, I think, in April 2024, tell me 2 days in, this trip's already paid for itself. And that was great. My favorite one, though, is we had one supplier who kind of not reluctantly, but kind of went on the second promo cruise. It wasn't sure they wanted to go, but decided to go ahead and do it. Wrote business within 30 days. Wrote business with every distributor on board. We had 16.
Wow.
Every distributor on board to the tune of $150,000.
Wow.
So that's a success story. On the distributor side, I hear all the time how transformative the event is because you're with this band of brothers and sisters for this period of time and you kind of go as a gang everywhere. And it's a really interesting thing to see. And they say, we have formed relationships I never would have had. I didn't know what Bam Bams did, and now I do. I didn't know what Warwick or Shapenko does, and now I do. So it's really been interesting to build this. I hate the word tribe. It's so overused, but I think it's applicable here that we've built this tribe of people that really get what we're trying to do.
Well, and I mean, if you think about it, there's how many suppliers? It's 20, right, or 25?
We cap it. The cruises we cap at 15 suppliers and 20 distributors.
Yeah, so
and everybody's plus one.
So if you think about it, you've got a very select number of suppliers that are hand selecting or hand nominating a distributor to bring with them. You're going to be bringing, some of your best customer. You're not going to just, give that away to anybody. So, for one of the suppliers that are there, you're going to be getting access. Like you said, some of these small guys, really struggle to gain access to, those kind of folks. So if you're in a captive, innovative atmosphere with those people for that period of time, I mean, it's going to be very, very easy to get access to some of the top cream of the crop people there. So
it is, and like awesome. I said, that responsibility that the suppliers have amongst each other to make sure that the people they're bringing on board are going to add value.
Absolutely. So let's talk real quick about Los Cabos. Do you have any details or anything that you want to share with us?
Wait, hey, Jeff, Sarah's been trying to come back in. Do you see her backstage? Sorry.
She's not backstage. She's she's on stage, but she's not loading.
Okay, never mind. Sorry, Sarah.
No, that's so our Los Cabos event, which will be in July of 2025, so a year away. We're going to have a format very similar to what we do on the promo cruise. It's just going to be at an all-inclusive resort because, again, we understand cruises aren't for everybody. And we want to make sure we have opportunities for people who don't necessarily want to get on a cruise ship to have the type of experiences that people are having. So it'll follow a very similar format. We're going to have some things like supplier-only networking sessions, distributor-only networking sessions, and then get everybody together. Maybe talk about how we can all work better together in the industry. I think we all recognize that we're better together, but sometimes we don't apply those thoughts in our everyday businesses, and we want to help foster that as well.
And you said you're not capping it.
No.
So how are you going to do that if you get a large swath of distributors and only?
Well, at some point we'll cap it. We just don't have a hard number. I mean, we want it to balance out. We want to make sure that suppliers are getting the value of the event. But if there's a distributor who qualifies with their sales level and want to participate, that's adding value to the suppliers with no additional charge.
Well, Bill, I really commend you for tackling some of these challenges because honestly, I've been on several regional boards now, and I think it's something that everybody wants to do, create these really cool experiences and events. And it's a really difficult thing logistically to create something new and fresh and for it to be successful. So I really commend you for taking on the challenge, both you and Josh, and really, having success with it. So thank you. I think you're doing a big service to the industry.
And before we wrap, I know Sarah actually had a question. Sorry not to cut you off. How can suppliers get involved? Like I know we've talked about it before, but if they want to get involved in the next Promocations cruise or where can they go? How can they get involved?
The best thing to do, Meg, is to go to the Promocations website, promocations.com. All the information's there. You could also email either me or Josh at relax@promocations.com. We'd be happy to chat with you, talk to you about what events may or may not fit for you and what you would like to do and what you're looking to accomplish. Again, our goal is that every person who walks off that boat or out of that event, whether it's a supplier or distributor, walks out feeling like that was one of the best weeks of my life, even though I was working. A lot of times we share pictures on social media. It doesn't look like we're working, but we are. If someone took pictures of everybody at Eye Candy, a lot of times there's work being done there, believe it or not. It just
or at a Spark event.
Yeah.
I will say though, being a distributor now, if anyone is looking to sponsor or what is it, put their name in the hat, I'm available. That's all. I'm gonna put that out there. I don't know why I'm so short for words today.
Well, unfortunately, you got it. The thing is, I don't know if you'd qualify, Meg. You don't have a book of business, so you got to get a book of business.
But I lead a very large team with
yes,
a very
you do.
large book of business. So
we'd be more interested.
Well, I personally would love to have you at any event, Meg. You know that.
Yeah.
Just you get some oomph behind that effort.
All right, sounds good.
All right, well, Bill, it was awesome having you on a podcast with us again. Really good times. And again, this broadcast was brought to you by our good friends over at Alpha Broder, and they're America's leading supplier of wholesale apparel, promotional products, and imprintable goods. Alpha Broder's products build brands, champion causes, acknowledge achievements, and offer limitless solutions, and they carry more than 6,500 styles from over 60 brands of classic and trending products like wholesale t-shirts, fleece, drinkware, bags, journals, and more. Alpha Broder is empowering their customers to brand the world through market-leading service, products, and solutions, so be sure to check them out at alphabroder.com and tell them that Branding Banter sent you, and Bill is pointing at his mug there. Go check out Promocations as well. We had the ticker scrolling down at the bottom of the screen. It's promocations.com. Go get involved and make these events that much better. Make it to the point where he's got to do 10 of them a year because they're that good.
Make it my full-time job. I'd be thrilled.
All right. Sounds good. Well, Bill, thank you so much. And until next time, guys, we'll be seeing you.